Hi Math, I'm Andy. Let's let the letter X represent any number we want. I'm going to call it any real number. That means all positives, all negatives, all the numbers in between the numbers, anything we want. I'm going to write a couple other variables as well. Let's say that the letter M and let's say that the letter N also represents any number that we want. They can be the same or they can be different. Now, knowing what we know about exponents, if I asked you what is x to the third power expanded as, we know that the base is x and the exponent is 3. And so this means we are to use that base number as a multiplier 3 times. So x to the third power would represent x times x times x. Knowing this and working with patterns of mathematics, we understand that there are some basic rules for exponents on how they work. For instance, if we have x raised to an m power and an x raised to an n power, what might we get? Well, let's explore using real numbers. Let's say the m in this case stands for a 3. So this will be x to the third power times x to the, and let's say the n in this case stands as a 4. So we have x to the third power times x to the fourth power. Well, knowing what we know, let's expand these out. X to the third power expands as x times x times x. X to the fourth power would expand as x times x times x times x. Looking at this, I notice that this is just x times itself a total of 7 times. So I can simplify that using exponents by writing it as x to the 7th power. So I see that x to the third power times x to the fourth power is the same as the expression x to the 7th power. Now, looking at the numbers 3 and 4, I also know that 3 plus 4 equals 7. So our rule is when you have two of the same base being multiplied that contains exponents, in this case, you would add the exponents together. To show you another example, if I have the number 2 raised to the 5th power times 2 to the 2nd power, I can think of this simply as 2 to the 5th power plus the 2nd power, which would simplify as 2 to the 7th power. So one of the laws of exponents says that if your base is the same, and remember that is very important, the base has to be the same value. When the base value is the same, you can add the exponents together when you're multiplying.